In today's complex business environment, organizations face growing pressure to keep their processes compliant, efficient, and secure. These challenges are supported by remQ. remQ is an intelligent, integrated SAP add-on. It helps organizations automate internal controls, ensure compliance, and monitor transactions. remQ reduces operational costs through the automation of manual controls and lowers audit costs by enabling centralized testing. Let's start our demo directly in SAP. Here you can see the usual SAP user interface. After successfully implementing remQ in SAP, new roles, authorizations, and transaction codes become available. I've added some of these new transactions to my favorites bar. The most important one is the remQ Alerts Monitor. By clicking on it, you can see the remQ interface as it appears after installation in your SAP environment. Here you have a structured overview of the business processes available in our demo system. These include asset accounting, a general ledger, human resources, inventory, IT general controls, order to cash, procure to pay, custom query viewer, and access violation management. The custom query viewer is used for developing and managing custom controls in our own demo system. I'd like to demonstrate the capabilities of remQ by walking you through 3 examples. 1. Detection of duplicate invoices. 2. A control for one-time vendor usage. 3. Monitoring of segregation of duties. Let's start with the duplicate invoice detection control. First, we navigate to the Procure to Pay section, where we'll find this control listed first. Once activated and customized, remQ continuously monitors invoice postings in the background based on a predefined algorithm. If a user enters 2 invoices that potentially represent a duplicate, an alert is automatically generated. Opening the alert, we see several details about the transaction. The key information includes invoice number. For both invoices in this example, it is 9245689. Company code. For the first invoice is 2000. Document number for the first invoice. Vendor number and name. Since the logic requires 2 similar invoices to trigger an alert, you'll also find a mirrored data set for the corresponding document. Company code for the second invoice is 1000. Document number for the second invoice. Vendor number and name. remQ also highlights the financial impact, showing the invoice amount of €31,900. You may notice that the 2 invoices are posted under different company codes. This demonstrates that remQ can monitor transactions not only at the company code level, but also across company codes. To validate whether this is actually a duplicate invoice, the reviewer can drill down directly from the alert into the corresponding SAP document window, where further information is available. In our example, this shows the posting of the first invoice, and of course the same applies to the second invoice as well. If clarification is needed, users can send an email request directly from within the tool. Once the necessary information is collected, the alert can be documented in the comments window. The reviewer can either add text comments or upload supporting documentation, such as emails. After review the transaction, the alert must be either approved or rejected. At the bottom of each alert, users can approve the alert by selecting a reason and adding optional comments, or reject the alert by selecting a rejection reason and providing supporting notes. Once this step is completed, the alert is closed and finalized. One additional point, remQ can also be configured to block payments for flagged invoices until the alert has been processed. This means remQ can be used not only as a monitoring tool, but also as a control tool that actively triggers actions. Let's move on to the second example, a one-time vendor posting control. Many companies restrict the use of one-time vendor accounts, since standard master data controls do not apply to them. remQ ensures compliance by monitoring transactions posted with one-time vendors, based on the specific requirements a company has defined. Now let's open the alert, use of one-time vendor multiple times. In this case, the one-time vendor was used repeatedly instead of creating proper master data. Here we can see the key information of the posting, including the vendor account number, the one-time vendor name, and the company code. In our example, the same one-time vendor account was used 6 times for this vendor. In such a case, proper master data should be created, and the transaction should be rejected. Our third example relates to general ledger accounting and illustrates a segregation of duties conflict. Let's navigate to the GL section and open the alert. The same user released the payment run and changed the vendor master data. This scenario is critical for ensuring proper access separation. It is important to note that remQ does not analyze potential conflicts. Instead, it acts as a mitigating control by monitoring segregation of duties at the transaction level, providing visibility into whether a conflict was actually executed. The alert provides key details including the company code of the paying entity, the date and payment run ID, the vendor ID and name, the user ID, the payment release date and the date the vendor master data was changed, the corresponding amount related to this segregation of duties conflict. There are also drill-down capabilities, allowing the user to verify the details of the payment run and access the related vendor master data. As shown in the first example, the user can document additional information or add attachments in the comments section. To finalize the alert, the user must evaluate it and either approve it with justification or reject it with documented reasons. Thank you for watching. If you would like to discuss your specific control and compliance needs with us, or learn more about remQ and additional features such as automated sanction screening, automated email workflows and much more, please contact us at labs@VOQUZLabs.com. We look forward to the conversation.